Hey, what's going on, fam? This is Jay Cameron inviting you to join us in Ethiopia next March 2025. And this is going to be an iconic trip that you don't want to miss, a trip of a lifetime. We're going to be visiting Addis Ababa, Gondor, Lalibela. You'll have a chance to taste the amazing Ethiopian food. You'll also have a chance to visit the Rastafarian community. You'll get the history, you'll get the fashion, you have an opportunity to shop. It's going to be a trip, an experience of a lifetime. So make sure you sign up to join us in Ethiopia, March 2025.
I need y'all to help me out as I'm a little confused. By now you guys have heard that the state of California is now going to allow undocumented citizens, illegal immigrants, to, let's just keep it a buck, to benefit from the California Dream for All program, where last year they proposed that they would help 1,700 residents via a lottery participate in owning a home, and that California would foot the bill of $150,000 down, zero interest and everything like that, right? Well, now they're going to open that program up to undocumented immigrants. Y'all know I am a born and raised Californian, okay? The median price for a house in California is now $1 million. They also have about a 4.5 million house shortage, or housing shortage rather. So basically it's hard to find somewhere to live. But the California Senate just approved AB 1840, which is that bill that allow immigrants also to partake in that. Now, as a Californian, that is a slap in the face to me, because I would love to go back to California. I'm in Houston now, but I would love to go back to California and buy me a nice, pretty old house somewhere and have $150,000 down to do so. But guess what? It's going to be that much harder for me to do that, because now undocumented immigrants are allowed to do that. And who you think they're going to let do it first? It's going to be them. Now, there's some rules to this. If you sell the home, or you get to cash out the equity and things like that, California must get their $150,000 back. It is also said they don't know how long a person can hold on to the house. Can they pass it down in a trust for generational wealth? Nobody's even said anything about that. But speaking of generational wealth, which Black people do not necessarily have all like that due to the institution of slavery. Y'all remember when California was talking about reparations for Black Californians who were descendants of slavery? You don't hear them talking about that anymore. Now, this particular bill, the AB 1840 about the undocumented immigrants, that did pass through the Senate. And as of this moment, they're waiting for Gavin Newsom to sign it. He has until September sometime to make up his mind whether he'll sign it or he'll veto it. Now, there's a few people there in the Senate is like, nah, you need to veto that. But there's a lot of people, especially the people who look like the immigrants that's going over there, and says, oh, this is amazing. They need the opportunity to be able to buy a home and all that too. And never mind the people who already live there, who's supposed to be there legally, right? Now, it's also said that California has about a $50-60 billion deficit, meaning that they don't have the money. So where they getting the money from? But y'all also remember when they was talking about reparations, everybody and their mama was talking about, oh, well, that's not fair. California didn't participate in slavery. No, it wasn't a slave state per se, but yeah, they had a lot to do with slavery, and they also participated in the eugenics program. If you don't believe me, go look it up. But I digress. They had a whole lot to say when Black people were supposed to be getting some money, which Gavin Newsom ain't said nothing about signing that once again. But they had a lot to say about that. But they all right with undocumented immigrants being able to buy a house. Now, I will admit that $150,000 is really a drop in the bucket to that of $1 million price tag for a medium price home. And that's not no big old monstrosity on the hill nowhere. That could be somewhere in the, dilapidated neighborhood in California. But they're still going to get help nevertheless. But Black people are still waiting for our reparations for the horror that was exacted upon our ancestors so many years ago. But they talk about we ain't got it when it comes to Black people. But when it comes to everybody else, oh, they got it. Oh, and by the way, California is a Democratic ran state. Gavin Newsom is a Democrat. And California is a blue state. But they are blue for everybody else. But they're not blue for the Black people who run around talking about vote blue no matter who. Now, of course, the Republicans don't want Black people to have that either. And I'm sure there's a lot of Republicans that don't want the migrants to get it. But guess what? I bet you they'll get it before we get it. So anyway, y'all tell me what you think of that. And for more insightful commentary, please subscribe to this channel and my channel, The Demetra Kaye Show, here on YouTube. Peace.